turn the light on here. It's dark in this lighting. I have another light hanging up here because things do not get along in my shop, and I'm going to discuss these folks with you, what they did to me, and I'm going to tell you about my police incident. Kind of horrific and kind of wonderful. AAA. I want to introduce you to a really cool tool, okay, which is this icon. I hate Chinese, but since they put everybody else out of business, and the Snap-on is about 4 times the price of this kit, which was about $130 with the tax and everything. I think it's 119, and it ends up to be about 130. And this was a present for my son. My son bought this because we were not getting that passenger side, the right side axle seal in that Nissan Rogue without this. And then my pinion seal. I have to open this and show you this. This baby goes on your air hammer. This is how I got the pinion seal in my truck, the front, and it actually worked on the back one too. This is one of those 4-wheel drive hub sockets. This should be, I think it's GM, either that or it's Dodge, and I think Dodge and GM are actually the same size. But this is for the old manual 4-wheel drive on some of them. Okay. Saying that, and then we're going to thank. By the way, this is the time of year, Christmas. I thank my sponsors like Collis Truck Parts, Johnson's Pit Stop Garage out in Nuremberg, PA. I can't really so much thank Jegs and Summit. They've caused a summer of chaos. Advanced Auto Parts, AutoZone even more. And it's, like I said, bad parts, broken parts, missing parts, wrong parts, no parts, stinky chicken farts. It's been a nightmare. So anyway, my transmission service job on Holly Ann, the 1988 Ford that I have with that Offenhauser conversion on the 6-cylinder, my transmission job backfired. So it's out at Johnson's Pit Stop Garage. In Pennsylvania, if you're looking for somebody who's pretty much a Ford authority that actually still works on Fords, and he's middle-aged, he's pretty even-tempered, very nice guy. His name's Kenny Johnson, Pit Stop Garage, look it up, Nuremberg, Pennsylvania, like pit stop, like, NASCAR. So anyway, Holly Ann went out there, but I have Collis Trucks to thank this year, okay? I have him even more. I can't thank Harry's. Everybody's created a lot of chaos this year and greed. So, in saying that, my truck took a poop down in McAdoo, Pennsylvania. And I had a customer waiting here, a guy from New York from the Port Authority, saw me getting out of the police car, and I don't know what their thoughts were, because they were waiting here in the driveway, and people were lining up like they're next year, and they want to see how much money something's going to cost, and I can't really tell people. So this happened is AAA couldn't send me a tow. Between me on the phone with Kenny Johnson and this nice police officer, we'll just call him Officer T from McAdoo, Pennsylvania. I'm not used to professional policing like this man did. He really should have asked me for identification maybe or other things, but he did not. He rolled up, and I had complained to dispatch about AAA, and I said, look, right now I'm under care of doctors. I have cardiopulmonary and I have a colon cancer issue, which a lot of, like I said, America is aging, and so is my generation. And the medical profession is declining, like the auto parts industry professionals, simply because we promoted all these foreign nationals to do our jobs because we were too lazy and too stupid. No, we were denied the education and those opportunities. Industry did not invest in training its employees. So this officer and Kenny Johnson, they arranged for another tow company that was with AAA. I didn't have to pay. This police officer went up and above what a normal police officer, and he was so pleasant, like a teddy bear, and he was understanding. He put me through nothing other than trying to help me as the public servant that he was. Having praise for the guy, I've got to really send a letter to the borough, and in my mind, I haven't even really formulated that to say, your officer approached me professionally. He approached me courteously. I even had my I carry this. I'm still a cowboy at heart, but it's not a weapon unless it's intended to be used as a weapon, and it would be a last chance, just like a firearm. Okay, you don't pull that out to intimidate anybody. Half the time my shirt or my coat covers it. Is it a concealed weapon? So, to a police to do goofball cops, it's a weapon. To me, it's a tool. I work with many tools. Okay, so I'm not out to intimidate anybody. It might be a factor if somebody sees it on my belt in the store. Maybe they would think twice about pulling bullshit or pulling bullshit with me. Either way, I have a shop to clean up, and I wanted to thank, like I said again, College Truck Parts really made my year. And there was a couple others, like I said, I'm going to probably maybe do a Christmas video. But I wanted to let people know, okay, that this police officer in McAdoo, Pennsylvania, went up and above what an officer would do, and he knew, like I said, that I was a vet and I'm not in good health. Okay, I even had paperwork here. He didn't even want to look at it, and he basically shook my hand and told me to have a nice, a nice day and get better. And it chokes me up that, like I said, to see that maybe things are changing, and that our public servants will not be that entitlement crew, and that they will work for their money, and that they will be professional servants. Because if I was ever arrested by a cop, he could sure arrest me. But he, like I said, he didn't. This guy didn't come at me, ID, this, that, the other. He says, you got a problem, you call dispatch. And right away, this guy went to work. This guy went right to work. Nothing in between. He did nothing. Like I said, I could not describe a more pleasant, a more professional grade of human being, okay? Because what this man reminded me of is something I always say: we all put our pants on the same way. And when I mentioned our court systems and criminal justice system here in this country, he said, I'm hoping it changes too. He said, because I don't like it, even as an officer of the law. And when he said that we all put our pants on the same way and we're all human, that told me that that was a different quality. If people, officers have a family, they have addicted relatives, maybe they have a violent parent. There's a lot of domestic abuse right now, and it's nationwide. It's not just here. It's one of the reasons why I'm single, because women can be as combative as a man. Uh, Society never treated it that way up until lately. They have these women that like to maneuver and manipulate men and situations with their gender. Okay, and I'm thinking it was important to mention this police officer as how important to our society that these people are, but how important to understanding our needs and understanding that they are just the same as ourselves. Um, as I said, I have a very different attitude when I go through these small towns, because we have a neighboring county, which is Carbon County, where it's just corrupt to the core. It's rotten to the core. It has been. There are a few good apples, okay? There's a judge down there I think a lot of. Well, he's a magisterial judge, okay? His name's Eric Schrantz. I'll mention the guy, okay? Another one that's polite, pleasant, to the point, and he's kind of a non-biased individual. I think he's gotten somewhat influenced over the years, the way they operate down there, maybe to keep himself where he's at. And I don't know if he made re-election. I really didn't check on it. Uh, he's not my best friend. It's just somebody that I have a lot of respect for. The county itself, I have no respect for Carbon County and their police. That's why I'm saying this guy was a Schuylkill County police officer, and he conducted himself in a way that kind of put me on my ear. Okay, so when something is surprising to me, that's why I mention it. And again, I was working with fluffy stuff that the cat tore something up. A lot of people don't even know I have a cat, because I keep the boxes clean. They don't shit in the corners because they're all well cared for and fed. I don't have nasty animals. I get them fixed. I do rescues, just like the orange cat's out there. We call him, his nickname is either Super Dave or Three Wheels, because, like I said, he got spit out of that dump truck, and I thought he was dead, and the next day he was dragging his back end, couldn't even walk. Well, he's healed up. He's up to running around. So that's what being human is. I care for animals just as much as I do humans. The unfortunate part is I prefer the four-legged company any more than I do the two-legged company, and even the opposite sex. I hate to say that. I guess that's just part of aging. Um, A lot of the women, like I said, that my dating experiences, that's why nobody really lives here with me. I can't take addiction. Okay, if you're addicted, if you're an addict, that's fine. Me, I like beer at night. I have a couple beers before my evening meal, and that's when I don't want to be interrupted, and that's when I absolutely don't mix alcohol in doing business. I mean, sometimes people show up. There's nothing you're going to do. It's my private time. That's why I have business hours posted, but unfortunately, it just goes south from there. And like I said, it has not been a stellar year. It's cost me more money this year. It's another year like when Obama was in, when things just went south. And I'm going to tell you, people, they're putting these anarchists in. This isn't just some happening that you can't get the right parts, you get the wrong parts, broken parts, or the parts are missing. It's being done. There's anarchists at work, and unfortunately, corporate America is going along with it. All right, so my video is, like I said, I owe a lot of thanks to Jake out there at Collis, Craig, even the underlings there, Charlie, Sarah, uh, Wendy, Collis Trucks. Okay, you want the world's largest four-wheel drive junkyard on the East Coast? It's Collis Trucks, and they're in Dannersville and Seamsville, Pennsylvania, Northampton, Pennsylvania. It's got a couple of names for that area. All right, but look it up. Pennsylvania Collis Trucks. If you need, especially they specialize in Ford. I'll give you a warning. Jake is aging. He's not as fast on the stick as he used to be. But like I said, he's still a great man. And I've been, like I said, I was digging in that junkyard before I was even old enough to freaking drive. So, yeah, I used to steal my dad's wrecker and go up there and dig around in the yard. I was, I think I told my story about pirating the tow truck at night. I was doing tow calls until I got caught by the police that I didn't even have a driver's license. But things weren't like they are today. So, anyway, I do owe McAdoo PD. Thank you. I really, like I said, I'm at loss for words at how concerned and how professional the officer was. So thank you guys, and everybody have a nice holiday.